How a small Swedish startup came to define the way we listen to music in the digital era and managed to put behind such giants as Amazon Music, Google Play, YouTube Music, and even Apple Music by surpassing them with paid subscribers and becoming a company worth $54 billion as per first quarter of 2021. A lovely design, great user experience, and perfect algorithms that make music discovery as a daily habit. That's why people love Spotify, and that's what we're going to talk about today. Growing up in Stockholm, Danielek's first foray into the business world began at the age of 13 when he started a business making websites for clients from his home. He charged the first client with $100, but then charged the next client $200. Eventually, he started charging $5,000 per website. To help expand the business, Ek recruited students from his class to work on the websites from the school computer lab by bribing them with video games. His earnings eventually reached $50,000 per month, and by age 18, he was managing a team of 25 people. Ek's parents started to notice his earnings once he started bringing home large TVs. Ek later served in a senior role at Nordic auction company Tradera, which was acquired by eBay in 2006. Ek also served as the CTO of browser-based game and fashion community Stardoll. Ek later started another company, Advertigo, an online advertising company. Advertigo was sold to Trade Doubler in 2006. After selling Advertigo, Ek briefly became the CEO of uTorrent, working with uTorrent founder Ludwig Strigius. This ended when uTorrent was sold to BitTorrent on December 7th of 2006. Strigius would later join Ek as a Spotify developer. The sale of Advertigo for $1.25 million, as well as his previous work, made Ek wealthy enough that he decided to retire at the age of only 23. However, after a few months, Ek realized that money was meaningless without a project he was passionate about. Ek first had the idea for Spotify in 2002 when peer-to-peer music service Napster shut down and another illegal site, Kazaa, took over. Ek said he realized that you can never legislate away from piracy. Laws can definitely help, but it doesn't take away from the problem. The only way to solve the problem was to create a service that was better than piracy, and at the same time compensates the music industry. That gave us Spotify. Spotify was founded in 2006, and according to Ek, the company's title was initially misheard from a name shouted by Lawrenson. Later, they thought out an etymology of a combination of spot and identify. That's how the name Spotify was born. Spotify's services were publicly released, by invitation only, for the first time on 7 October 2008 in Scandinavia, the United Kingdom, France, and Spain. Now, how Spotify changed the way we listen to music. In 2009, Spotify first started offering free but limited access to its services in the UK, and that was a start to their current freemium business model approach. It's composed of an ad-supported service with free but limited content access that makes 13% of Spotify's revenue. And there's a premium monthly subscription offering unlimited access to content, making 87% of revenue. Today, we treat it as granted, but back in the day when iTunes allowed us to buy a song for 99 cents, it wasn't that fun, even though it was still better than piracy. But after launching Spotify, Apple understood that they should do something about it, and then Apple Music started its journey. Let's be honest, even though Spotify hasn't made profit in years, it is still on fire and growing like never before. In 2020, Spotify was one of those companies that actually profited from the pandemic as more and more people sitting at home discovered this streaming platform for themselves. Speaking of streaming, Spotify has made a big step to diversify its content from music to a general audio platform, becoming a major game player in the podcast world. And they started this when they bought Joe Rogan's podcast for $100 million to be streamed exclusively on Spotify. Today, Spotify counts 345 million monthly active users, out of which 155 million are premium subscribers, compared to Apple Music's 75 million. And by the end of 2021, Spotify is expected to operate in a total of 178 countries. Crazy, right? That's why I think Spotify's $54 billion evaluation is not the limit, and they have a lot of space to grow yet. Let me know what you think about Spotify's service in the comments below. Hit that like button and subscribe.